So now I'd like to show you how to use a green screen type background, and you use Ultra Key or keying to key out the background. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a green screen or a blue screen. It can be whatever color that you film it against. So you can just key it out. But I'm going to show you how to use Ultra Key. So we want to use Adobe Premiere. Let's use CS6. And we'll do a new project, and you can name this one your naming convention. Let's go ahead and call this Ultra Key, because that's the one we'll use more. Save it, and like I said, you can save it to your student drive. Sometimes that doesn't work, so you might have to change your location to either where Premiere wants you to, or you could try the desktop. But what we'll do here, mine seems to be working, so I'm going to save it on my Z drive. I'll hit OK here. Right here I want to hit cancel. I don't want to make a sequence. I don't want to use any of these settings at this point. I'll hit cancel. And I like the workspace that is the CS 5.5 workspace right here. And if you don't see that on your screen, you can go to Window, Workspace, and change it to Editing CS55. Now if things start looking weird, or you close up panels, or there's things that get lost, you can always go to Editing and reset your workspace. So I'll do that at this point. And mine was just fine, so it looks exactly the same. So let's bring in some of this Ultra Key. So I'm going to go to the video editing Premiere folder. I'm going to go to the Ultra Key folder, and I'm going to bring in the file called David. So let's just work with David. Let's make a sequence out of David, and to do that you just drag that to the new item, and now our sequence is going to be made using the properties of this video file. So here we have David, and you can scrub through the video file here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this background using keying, and the one we'll use today is Ultra Key. We want to key out this background, and we're going to put in new backgrounds. So we'll go to the Effects tab right down here, and we'll just type in the word key. And we have multiple choices in here in keying, and a good one to start with is usually the Ultra Key. So we can take the Ultra Key and just drag that right to the video file here, and usually the Effects tab up here opens up, but it didn't. That's okay. And then we're just going to key out a color by using the eyedropper. We'll click on the eyedropper, and we'll just key out this color here. So it gets the majority of it, and you can try clicking it again to see if you can get a better spot. So we did okay there. And then what you can do is you can use some of these down drops here to try to get some of the extra stuff out, and we'll try some of that. That didn't do exactly what I wanted. So if we don't get all of it out, you can use one of these other keying techniques. I'm going to leave some of that color in here just so I can use another key. I'm going to try the color key. So now we have the Ultra Key open and the color key. So I'm going to take the eyedropper, and I'm going to eyedropper some of this other color here, and I can't seem to get it, so I'll just go to gray. Looks like this is kind of a gray. Let's try that. So we'll key out some of that. I don't want to key out anything across. So I'm going to go back to Ultra Key and see if I can just try to get some more of that. So midpoint did okay. And that's basically how you do it, how you get rid of the background. They could do a lot better than that, but I just want to show you how to do it, and you can mess around to try to get it better. So once you get most of that background out, let's go ahead and bring in some background images. So I can just double click in this area here. I'll go to the Editing Premiere folder. I'm going to go to some stills. I'm going to go ahead and click the top one, hold shift and click the bottom one, and bring them all those in. Once I have all those in, I'm going to select the top one, hold shift, select the bottom one, and just drag them right to the timeline. Now the one thing you'll notice here is you don't see the video, so you have to take the video and just put it right on top. And once you have your video on top, you'll see when you hit play, which is the space bar, you'll see that the background images are behind him instead of that gray area. And if you work your Ultra Key and some of your other keys just right, we can get rid of some of this right here. But that ends my tutorial. Give this one a try, and let me take a look at it. That concludes this tutorial.